Turkey's KAAN shocks the world with a $10 billion Indonesia deal. The inside story. In the summer of 2025, the global defense industry was rocked by an announcement no one saw coming. Indonesia, a rising Asian power, signed a contract to buy 48 of Turkey's brand-new KAAN fifth-generation stealth fighters. The deal, valued at an astonishing $10 billion, sent shockwaves from Washington to Paris. In one move, a newcomer in the high-stakes world of stealth fighter jets had landed its first major international customer. But this isn't just a simple arms sale. It's the dramatic climax of Turkey's quest for military independence, a story of geopolitical gambles and a potential shift in the balance of power. This is the story of how Turkey's KAAN fighter jet went from a bold domestic project to a global game changer. The deal that changed everything. On July 26, 2025, Turkish and Indonesian officials signed the implementation contract at a major defense fair in Istanbul. The numbers are staggering. 48 KAAN fighter jets to be delivered to Indonesia. A 10-year delivery timeline with assembly, engine integration, and technology sharing planned within Indonesia itself. A partnership that marks the first export customer for Turkey's ambitious fighter program. For Turkey, this is far more than a sale. It's a statement. It proves that the KAAN, once seen by some analysts as an ambitious vanity project, is a serious contender in the global market for high-tech weaponry. Why would Indonesia bet on a newcomer? Indonesia's decision raised eyebrows globally. The country already has major defense deals in place, including for 42 French Rafale jets. So why commit $10 billion to a fighter that hasn't even entered mass production? The answer lies in a strategic calculation that goes beyond just buying planes. Key reason and the explanation: technology and sovereignty. The contract promises technology transfer and will help build Indonesia's own defense industry through partnerships with local state-owned firms. Avoiding overdependence. By diversifying its suppliers with jets from Turkey, France, and others, Indonesia avoids becoming too reliant on any single global power like the US, China, or Russia. A strategic partnership. The deal strengthens ties with Turkey, a fellow major Muslim nation and a significant player in global defense diplomacy. The engine behind Turkey's fighter dream, the F-35 expulsion. To understand why the KAAN exists, you must rewind to 2019. Turkey, a long-standing NATO ally, was a partner in the US-led F-35 stealth fighter program, with plans to buy 100 jets. However, Turkey's decision to purchase the Russian S-400 air defense system crossed a major red line for the United States. The U.S. feared the system's advanced radar could be used to study and potentially compromise the F-35 stealth secrets. As a direct consequence, Turkey was expelled from the F-35 program. It faced significant U.S. sanctions under the CAATSA law. Turkish defense companies lost billions in contracts to manufacture parts for the global F-35 fleet. This expulsion was a profound national shock and a strategic wake-up call. The message was clear: reliance on others, even allies, for critical military technology comes with strings attached. In response, Ankara poured political and financial capital into its own stealth fighter program, then known as TFX, with renewed urgency. The KAAN was born from this necessity. Inside the KAAN: capabilities and current challenges. So what is the KAAN? It's Turkey's ambitious bid to build a homegrown twin-engine fifth-generation stealth fighter.
Designed by Turkish Aerospace Industries, TAI, its first prototype successfully flew in February 2024. Turkey aims to deliver the first jets to its own Air Force in 2028, with hopes to eventually produce 2 aircraft per month. Promising features: stealth design, built with radar-absorbing materials and a shape designed to minimize its radar signature. Advanced sensors, equipped with an AESA radar and an internal weapons bay to maintain its stealth profile. High performance, a projected top speed of Mach 1.8 and a service ceiling of 55,000 feet. The critical challenge: the engine. The KAAN's biggest hurdle is also the most symbolic of Turkey's push for independence. The current prototypes and early production models rely on American-made General Electric F-110 engines. This creates a critical dependency, as export licenses for these engines remain suspended due to ongoing U.S. sanctions. Turkey's ultimate goal is to power the KAAN with a domestically produced engine, the F-35, targeted for integration by 2032. Until then, the program's pace and its export potential are closely tied to geopolitical negotiations with Washington. A new player in the global arena, ripple effects and future prospects. The Indonesia deal has instantly elevated the KAAN from a national project to an international phenomenon. Beyond Indonesia, there is now open speculation about other potential customers, with analysts pointing to nations like Pakistan, Azerbaijan, and even NATO members looking for alternatives to the F-35. Some European analysts have even suggested the KAAN could be a bridge for countries like Spain until their own future European fighter is ready, highlighting its sudden appearance as a strategic option. The bigger picture: Turkey is positioning the KAAN as a cost-competitive and sovereignty-friendly alternative to American, European, Russian, and Chinese fighters. For many nations wary of political strings attached to major defense purchases, the Turkish offer of technology sharing and a less politically charged partnership is incredibly attractive. The $100 million Indonesia deal has proven there's a market for this pitch. If Turkey can deliver on its promises, navigate the engine challenge, meet its aggressive production timeline, and prove the KAAN's performance, it will have achieved something remarkable, breaking into the exclusive club of global stealth fighter suppliers and permanently altering the defense export landscape.